Hey, we're back at the top again today with the return of yet another series. But why? Haven't you done enough already? Well, thanks for the insult, someone who sounds just like me. But hang on, this one's different. Let me explain. This series is called The Good and the Bad. I've done it once before, and it was about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. That video will be in the description below if you want to check it out. But I wanted to expand on it since the topic is so universal. You can use many topics under this umbrella, so why not begin where it all started? So with that, let's dive into the good and the bad of Generation 1, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. When you look back in the early days of Pokemon, you see some aspects and ask yourself, how is that even a thing? Well, have you heard that the bird is the word Yo, don't get sidetracked! You just started this video! What this guy is actually talking about is that you can potentially get a critical hit every turn if certain conditions are met. Ow. Actually, yeah, that is kinda correct. Thanks me, who sounds like he's 20 feet away. Anyway, those conditions, however, are pretty specific. See, back in Generation 1, critical hits were determined by your speed stat. If you had a fast Pokemon, say Persian, you'd be more likely to score a critical hit nearly every turn. Imagine having that Persian with Slash. That Persian is critting a lot, if not every turn because of its speed, and the fact that Slash has a high critical hit ratio. But don't worry, the AI isn't good enough to take advantage of this. That's why it's a good thing. But for every good thing, we have a bad thing in response. And to keep the theme, we'll continue to talk about stats. You know how we have the special attack and the special defense stats currently? Well, back in Generation 1, this stat was one and the same. Now on paper, that doesn't seem like a bad thing, until you find out that it means if they had a good special stat, that means they would dish out a ton of damage, but also be able to take special attacks very well. Alakazam is the perfect example, since the Psychic type was truly overpowered back then. Alakazam was a speedy tank. He was nearly the perfect specimen. Luckily, they split up the special stat after this generation, so it was quickly dealt with. Now, glitches can be hit or miss depending on the causes and effects of them. In this case, this glitch is probably the most known from Generation 1, probably because it does more good than harm, just as long as you don't catch the glitched Pokemon Masingno. This glitch is simply done by talking to the old man who catches the Weedle in Viridian City, then flying to Cinnabar Island and surfing along the east shoreline. The moment the glitched box Pokemon Masingno appears, your 6th item in your bag will be duplicated by an insurmountable amount. However, I was able to initiate the glitch without talking to the old man soon after, so maybe it was a one-time thing. But people would still use this glitch to get hundreds of rare candies and Master Balls, so you can understand why this glitch was deemed a good thing. But in turn, glitches can also be bad. Actually, this wasn't much of a glitch, but a massive oversight! I had already mentioned the Pokemon Alakazam, right? But what is this typing? It's Psychic! No, that was a rhetorical question that the viewers needed to answer themselves. Thanks for ruining it, 20 feet away guy. Anyway, yeah, it's a Psychic type. Originally, it was supposed to be weak to Bug and Ghost, but for some reason, the coding got put through a dishwasher or something because the Ghost type wasn't actually strong against it at all. Not only that, but the Bug type had no decent moves to use against it. And to wrap up this dumb sandwich, there's only one type that resisted this type. Itself. So you can see the problem here. So what they did in turn was that they created the Steel and Dark types to counteract this, and reverted the error with the Ghost type. Nowadays, we just complain about Fairy types being too strong, but I'll take that over the Psychic type Cataclysmic event any day. When you look at the more recent games, you see your friends as they travel with you throughout your journey through the region the game is set in. But that's more or less it. Your friends. Long gone are the days where your friend would actually be your rival that pushes you to the very limit every time you face them. I miss those days. I mean, we have Barry to an extent, Silver, and the rival in Generation 1, Blue, who has a much different demeanor than the others. Blue is on another level. Nowadays, your so-called rival heals you up before the battle. Nope. Blue always showed his dumb face at the end of a hard-trekked cave or forest, when you're at the end of your whim. Here comes Blue to take a dump in your Cheerios. His "I'm better than you" attitude really pushed us to our limits, and our anger too. It's no wonder we kept naming him Asshat or Dick. It's just a way to get him back for all his wrongdoings. And even though we miss the jerk rivals, there's one thing that we don't miss nowadays. We don't miss Pokemon! Huh? What's that? You're telling me I'm stupid because that doesn't make any sense? First of all, don't do that. You're hurting my feelings. Secondly, I'm referring to the potential chance of missing the Pokemon when throwing a Pokeball at it. I mean, there's no accuracy stat for this. It's all completely random. So how possibly did they think this was a fun idea to incorporate? Imagine them at the conference table.
Hey Mission, we need to add something completely useless to this game. Do you have anything in mind?
Oh, I'm good with stupid things. I mean, who the hell names our child Mission? Anyway, I've got some great torture for you. Imagine if we had the player potentially throw away a Pokeball by randomly missing the Pokemon.
Oh damn, that's a great idea.
I mean, I know we're 10 years old in the game, but we're not Muhammad Ali chucking Pokeballs out here. With that, that's the good and the bad of Generation 1. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. What did you think was bad or good about these games? Let me know by leaving a comment below. If you enjoyed and want to climb to the top, go ahead and smack the like button as high as it can go, and subscribe to start the climb today. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I will catch you back at the top later on, because that's how we do what?